Hi, I'm Kim Bass with Kim Bass Life and Grief Coaching. I'm a certified grief coach, and I work with people to help them regain control of their life after experiencing a devastating loss. Are you currently grieving a loss in your life? It could be the loss of a loved one, a divorce, being diagnosed with a terminal illness, or a series of disappointments. Do you find that you're consumed with feelings of guilt and regret? Do you often say to yourself or others, I wish I had done this, or I wish I hadn't done that? Well, a lot of people say that feelings of guilt and regret are wasted emotions, and to a certain point, I agree. Now, of course, if you lash out at someone in anger, or you do or say something inappropriate, of course you're going to feel guilty about those things and regret your actions. However, when you are consumed by these emotions and they interfere with how you show up in the world and the things that you do, it's become a problem. Often when we've lost a loved one, or we've gotten a divorce, or been diagnosed with an illness, we get a case of the I wishes. We say a lot of things like, I wish I'd made my husband go to the doctor sooner, maybe he'd still be here with us. Or I wish I'd been a better husband and maybe my wife would not have left me. Or I wish I had exercised more and maybe I never would have been diagnosed with this illness. But let me ask you a question. When you say, I wish, what changes? Nothing. It doesn't bring your loved one back. It doesn't save your marriage. And it doesn't change the diagnosis. But what it does do is keep you stuck in the past and overwhelmed with a lot of negative emotions. So let's look at ways that we can get rid of the guilt and regret in your life. The first step is to really look at what it is that you regret or feel guilty about. Is it something that you did, something that you thought you should have done instead? Really look at and analyze what it is that you feel bad about, or that you feel guilty about, or that you regret. And then ask yourself a question. If I had responded or behaved differently, would it have changed the outcome? If that answer is no, then you need to let go of your feelings of guilt and regret, because what happened was totally beyond your control. And no matter what you would have done differently, the outcome would have been the same. Now, if you determine that your loss was a direct reaction to something that you did or didn't do, that's a little different. It's going to take a couple more steps for you to get over those feelings of guilt and regret. But what you need to do is really pinpoint what it is that you did that led to your loss. You need to look at the circumstances and the reasons why you behaved in that particular manner or did those things. You need to forgive yourself, and then you need to make amends if you can. Okay? Now, the second step is to learn the lesson. Again, a lot of times we are feeling guilty and we regret things that are beyond our control. So a lot of times we just really need to learn the serenity prayer, which says, God, give me the serenity to accept the things that I can't change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Now, if you've determined that your behavior or what you did led to your loss, that means that you need to change. That you need to, whatever it was that you did, you need to change that behavior to prevent something from happening again in the future that will take you down this road of guilt and regret again. Sometimes that means getting help, but whatever it takes, you need to change your behavior. Now, the third step is to move on with your life. After you've done the work of the first and second steps, it's time to move on. Guilt and regret usually keeps us stuck in a hole and stuck in the past. But now that you've worked through these feelings, it's time for you to move on with your life. Well, I hope that you found the information in this video helpful, and if you have any questions about this topic or any other challenges that you're experiencing during your grief journey, please visit my website, www.griefsolutionscoaching.com, or give me a call at 1-800-643-9512. Remember, the bend in the road is not the end of the road unless you refuse to take the turn. Take care.